Hello there. This is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks, and tonight I am going to talk about the Cathedral of Notre Dame, that fire, and the Mueller report, and how it's all about facade, which is the face of things. Some of you are not familiar with the word facade, so that's why I brought this up. So before we go on to that delicious topic, and the light is going on. I was trying to experiment to see if we brought the shades down, if the light would flash. Well, it did. So that means it's the webcam. Oh well, moving right along. Who cares? It's just the face of things, right?
So what show is this?
So this is Granny Rocks Our World, and I'm going to introduce you to Sweet Baby James, who's going to introduce us, you to us, and hello, Erica.
Yes, and so we're going to have an opportunity tonight to listen to Beth's wit, wisdom, and uncommon sense. And this show airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Granny Rocks Our World.
Wonderful. Are you ready to turn it over to me?
That stands for grow. Don't you know, Dodio?
It does.
Okay.
And so Tracy said hola. So hola back. And Todd said hi, and hi back to you. So, okay. Okay, so, I've lately, hello, Helen said hi, Beth and James. Hello, Helen. So, in the last couple of, months maybe, I've been steering further away from talking about political issues because so many people are up in arms and are activists, and so I'm thinking, well, my job is to try to look underneath things. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And try to help people to understand what is why are we so nuts? And why are we doing these things? So instead of just saying, oh, this is terrible, that's terrible, this is terrible, so that's what I've been trying to do. And to build some compassion for ourselves, but also some, understanding, real understanding. But I couldn't help it. Tonight, the devil is making me do it. I have to talk about Notre Dame and the Mueller report and how it's all about facade. So I want to find out what I mean by that, too. So
maybe you'll find out when your mouth opens to something.
I will. So hang on to your hats, and we're going to take a trip. So it's obvious about Notre Dame, not about the facade. It's a very sad thing when something that is really important to people, burns down, is destroyed. So, maybe you went to Paris and you saw it when you were in your 20s, and, it'll remind you of the good old days, right? Or where you proposed to your husband or your dog, whatever. Right, or maybe you had a deep spiritual experience by being in that phenomenally gorgeous cathedral, which I've never been at, but I'm sure it is phenomenally gorgeous.
I was there.
Or if there was,
it was gorgeous.
I'm sure it was, or it's the historic significance, or it's the symbol of something that you hold dear, a symbol of your faith. But see, guys, burning out the inside. By that way, that squeak you're hearing, I think is Lily, the little dog with a toy. So we may have to remove that if she keeps squeaking. They're on the floor. See, they're doing their thing. Mojo is the big one. Anyway, Lily is the little one. So, hello, Ari said hello. Hi, Granny and James. Hi, Ari. So, but it's all symbolic, it reminds you of something. It is something. You know what has really decimated the Catholic Church from within? Where, like the burning. Honey, would you please take the toy away from whomever? Okay, thank you.
Lily.
So, is the scandals in the Catholic Church, the sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. That is what has destroyed the Catholic Church from the inside. The cover-ups. Right? First the abuse, then the cover-ups, and the ignoring of the basic decency, trying to protect the institution and the way it looks on the outside from the prying eyes that are going to show the corruption. Now, I've spoken before about why I think the Catholic Church and many other religious orders are subject to these kind of scandals because they have unhealthy relationship to human sexuality, which doesn't allow people to be real. And so they're going behind the scenes and they're doing all kinds of things, awful things, and everybody has to cover it up in order to protect the facade, you see? So now is it going ding, ding, ding? Maybe you have dung, dung, dung before. Dung, that doesn't sound right. Dung,
Ding,
dung,
dang, dung.
dung, dung before about the Mueller report, you see. It's also about corruption. And it's also about cover-up, isn't it? Now, I don't care who you voted for in the last election or even in the upcoming election. I do care about who you vote for, but I don't mean that I have a right to judge you for having made that vote, whatever vote that is. But when you see people who are obviously doing corrupt things, which was shown. Oh, hello, Debbie. She says hi to you both from Ohio. Hello back to Ohio. So we see that the president and his campaign were deeply involved in doo-doo, which means that dung is probably the right word. Maybe, Mueller couldn't quite get them on the legalities of collusion, but the dudes are talking to the Russians and getting dirt on Hillary, and, Russia's supposed to be our enemy and all of that stuff. Oh, Helen says Richard is here. Hello, Richard. Glad to see you, too. So it happened. You like it, you like Trump, you don't like Trump. You say, well, I don't care. It's like, he puts out these tapes about women and says, well, I don't care because God sent him to the earth in order to support us. It's like corrupt. But what are they doing? They're busy covering up because they want to look good, right? It's the facade, see, the face. Is we don't want anybody to see what's really going on because it's embarrassing. Now, is it really embarrassing or is it helpful? To my mind, it's helpful when things surface. It is helpful that the scandals in the Catholic Church have surfaced because people are freed now to speak and tell the truth. And a lot of suffering has taken place. And stories about orphanages with dead children. I mean, oh my God. And the Catholic Church needs to reform itself. But oh no, we can't have that. I mean, we have the conservatives need everything is perfect, but just it's the gays that have caused all this problem. It's because obviously there are no heterosexual priests who have ever messed around with people of the opposite sex. I mean, it's just ludicrous. It's just ludicrous. It has nothing to do with homosexuality. It has to do with repression and so on. So it's about facade. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with Mueller. It's like all of Trump's minions. You look at Fox News and you would never know what the Mueller report really said. It's like you can love him. You can love Trump. You can vote for Trump. But you have to acknowledge that what he did was dirty. And he always does dirty things because he believes in getting what he wants, when he wants it, however he wants it. And that's just the way that guy is. But unfortunately, bigger than that is the way we are. That is the way society gears us to be. Because when the win is the most important thing, then how you win isn't important. I mean, you even see it, look, you see it on the basketball court, right? You see it in the football stadium. People are trying to win at any cost to themselves and to others. Yeah. They're going for the win because it makes them look good. And that's back to the facade. It's making us look big. It's like making us look good. We don't want to be brought down, right? In the eyes of people who might not approve if they actually saw what we were doing, or worse yet, they would approve. They would approve because the win is more important. So those people who are supporting anybody, this happens to be Trump. I mean, you live in Trumpsville, you're going to talk about Trump. If we were in Obamaville, I'd be talking about Obama, right? Whatever it is. If you are a person who says, I want him to win and I don't care how. That's exactly the same mentality of those evangelicals who say he may be a totally immoral guy, but he's going to push through anti-abortion legislation. So I don't care how he wins. You're not going to hear from me because he's giving me what I want. So now we've gone from facade to corruption, to the corruption of our own inner values. And, you know, it's the kid, it's the people who wanted to get their kids into the big schools. So they engaged in cheating because looking smart is way more important than being smart. I mean, being accepted into Harvard and Stanford and Princeton or whatever schools were involved in all of this is way more important than making sure that your child really is learning and is in an environment where that child will best learn, rather than throwing that child into an environment which may be over his or her head, where he or she will not thrive, but they will have the facade of being, ooh, smart. You know, the facade of innocence is not the same as innocence. We need to stop paying so much attention to our faces and how they look, and pay more attention to our souls and how we feel and how we are behaving. Every woman has had to face this, and men to a lesser degree. You know, am I going to go out with makeup on every day? Am I going to wear a bra that lifts my boobs? Am I going to wear tight clothes? Am I going to wear a necktie? You know, how do I look? Rather than, am I comfortable? Can I get the job done? Because I am comfortable. Because I'm not thinking about being hungry because I'm starving myself so that I can, you know, look thin, but that I'm getting good nutrition so that I can think and do the job well. You see how we are so corrupted from little kids. You know, we're taught to have a face on. No, I didn't do it. I'm innocent, right? Because I don't want to get punished. So that's another part of it, is the punishment. Well, there's so much to this topic. I could go on and on and on. So I'm speaking to you. If you are a supporter of Donald Trump, you should care about whether or not he was colluding with the Russians, because, or with anybody, or the Canadians, or the French, or the British, you know, so whether or not they're our arch enemy. I mean, you know, that's kind of, Erica said, oh, hi to someone else. Whoever it is, another nation is messing around in our electoral system, and our president was participating in that, even if he wasn't, quote, colluding and coordinating. And our president has yet to denounce it, because he said that Vladimir Putin said that he didn't do it. No, he didn't do that. Come on, guys, you can love Trump, but you've got to look at that and say, do you really want our president, our government, the Republican Party, our Congress, to say it's okay for you to come around and muck around with our electoral system for your benefit? Another nation, is that something that you really believe is okay? So yes, you may agree with Trump on many things, and, you know, more power to you. But look at the corruption of standards, not whether or not his face is salvageable. And ask yourself, is this a precedent that I want to see continue? That any other contender, well, we have 20 contenders, what the Democratic Party, well, they should divide up the world. Maybe the Dominican Republic will help one of them get in. At some point, we have to stop defending the indefensible. And we have to start looking at how we are always covering up and covering up and covering up for our advantage, and how we do that as well. So I'd like you to think about that for a minute. Can you think of any way that you might be worrying more about how you look to other people than who you are and what you're standing for? So you see, there's two big pieces that we've got in this show today. Is, one is the issue of covering up our own corruption, and the other is, do we really want to be okay with allowing other nations to interfere in our electoral process or skew the electoral process in any way based on gender, race, or anything else? I guess Lily has answered that question for herself. Anyway, guys, we have a program called Growth. We meet on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And we talk about these shows and how they relate to us. And if you want to get deeper into yourself and really get more out of this show, I invite you to look at the posts, the event post, Growth, or look at any of the posts that'll give you the link, and consider joining us. We have a fabulous group. We talk very honestly. We strip away a lot of the bullshit. And I use my intuition to help you to get clearer about yourself. If that's what you want in your life, if you don't want to cover up, but you want to be healthier on the inside than you look on the outside, join Growth. See, that's me. I'm better on the inside than I look on the outside. Well, maybe not health-wise, but anyway. Right. And we're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Grow, and I'm going to start a new live stream next Thursday night of piano music, which I hope is beautiful, and there's just so much to look for on our Facebook page. So follow our page, please, and then you'll be notified of all the stuff that we're doing. So God bless, or whoever, or the universe bless you, or whoever you want to have bless you, your children, your uncle. And Erica said, good challenge to ask how I do I do that. Excellent, Erica. I leave that challenge with you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.